Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima, and I'm doing the obvious. This is Tetris 99. Now, I know that I usually say something along the lines of... What do I usually say? I usually say something along the lines of, I don't like doing what everyone else is doing, but... It's fucking Tetris 99! This is honestly like one of the best things to come out of the Switch in a while, so... Yeah, I want to do a video on it. People say that I don't do enough Switch videos, and honestly, I go through the recently released thing on the Switch store pretty often, like every couple of weeks, and I don't find anything particularly interesting, and this week 2 interesting games came out. Well, one is more like a promise I made to myself, and the other is Tetris 99. You'll know what that other one is shortly, because it's also going out this week. So, instead of just going into anything in particular with Tetris 99, I'm just going to shut up for a minute and let you embrace the chaos. Well, that sucked. Well, let's give that another shot. Okay, apparently the random number generator just decided that it was my turn to die that time. Like, come on. I got screwed there. Alright, let's give it another run. So this is Tetris 99. It is exactly what it sounds like. 99 people just trying to fight for the top spot through the game of Tetris. It uses the good old Tetris rules. And by the good old Tetris rules, I mean the super rotation system, which is honestly actually a pretty shit system. Because I very recently did an article on the Tetris the Grandmaster series, so I've been able to actually get very used to the idea of what a good Tetris game is. But nevertheless, it uses a super rotation system. It is a Tetris game through and through, but of course, the one thing about it is that you are fighting against other people. Lots of other people. 99 of them, in fact, because, well, Battle Royale has been a thing in the games industry for a while at this point. And we do need to have at least one of everything in the Battle Royale space. So, Tetris got one. And to be fair, it's actually pretty good. The same basic Tetris rules apply. You play for as long as you can, and when the blocks hit the top of the screen, you're done. That is more or less it. But you do also have the ability to choose who you are attacking specifically, which is a really nice feature, actually. So you have the ability to choose between 4 different types of people. You can choose people who are attacking you, which means you get the ability to attack multiple people at once, which is actually like the only way you can attack multiple people in this game, I think. You can attack people who have the most badges, you can attack people who are close to getting knocked out, or you can attack people who are... You can attack basically just randoms. You can let the RNG decide that you want to absolutely ruin this mofo's day with a well-placed Tetris. Interesting concepts, I must admit, and it can be really frustrating when the random number generator decides that you're the one who must die today, because the gods have made it so. With that said though, when you get a good run going, and you are just wiping the floor with everybody, it can be really damn satisfying. I haven't actually won a game yet, and honestly, this is like the one battle royale where I do not care about that, because it's just absolute chaos half the time, and honestly, winning in this game is a stroke of luck. There is no damn way RNG does not play into this as much as... there is no damn way that RNG does not play into this in a major way. But frankly, I don't care because it's just that awesome. It's a really cool concept. Like, people have been doing multiplayer Tetris games for years. Like, Tetris DS was one of the most popular games on the DS, and it had a massive multiplayer suite. It's not... The idea of multiplayer Tetris is not unique in and of itself, but with that said, doing it on this bigger scale is actually pretty awesome. Also, yes, the game does eventually speed up, and you do get different versions of the music, so yes, it does get appropriately epic when you are trying to beat the crap out of a bunch of other people. There are some other mechanics I haven't gone over yet. So, you do have badges, and what badges are basically just power-ups. You get a badge every time you defeat an opponent, and then you basically take that badge. However, if you actually, let's hold. I'm gonna lose this one, but it's gonna be close. It's not gonna be close. I'm gonna lose. There we go. You get badges whenever you KO an opponent. However, you also take all the badges that they had. So if you KO someone who had 4 badges, you will get all their badges. And if you get a full badge, which is like 2, maybe 3 KOs, I'm not sure of the exact amount, you get more power. So every time you clear a line, you send 1 point of damage over to whoever you're targeting. If multiple people are targeting you, it actually gives you a multiplier on that. And if you have a certain amount of badges, of course, you will also get a multiplier on that. So if you have like 3 badges, 4 people are targeting you, one line will be worth like 4 or 5 on all the people that are attacking you. Very interesting idea, because that means if you're willing to put yourself in more danger, you can do more damage. But at the same time, if you have 4 people bearing down on you, there might be nothing you can do if 2 of them get Tetrises at once, for example. It's just, you don't know what's going to happen until you actually get into the fight. And that is a really interesting decision that you need to make in the heat of battle. Do I go for the Tetrises as much as possible, or do I try and, do I go for the Tetris as much as possible, or do I try and hang back? Do I just target randoms? Do I try to avoid getting in anyone's line of fire? Just little decisions like that can make the game really engaging, even if the results of them aren't exactly based on your skill. And that would probably be the main thing that I would fault the game for, is that when 3 people decide to target you all at the same time, and they all throw Tetrises at you out of nowhere, there's not much you can do to stop it. They do give you an advantage, as I said before, if you are being attacked by multiple people. So you do stand some chance, but at the same time, you might just end up coming up against a really bad situation, and there'll be no way out of that, and you'll just lose right away. I have had games where I've ended up just dying almost immediately because 3 people decide to lock onto me, and 2 of them did more than enough damage. So, yeah, if you're not a fan of RNG determining your games, you probably want to avoid this one in the grand scheme of things, because things can go bad pretty quick. But when you have, like, ridiculous situations where you manage to get out of the most horrible, like, garbage placements, or the blocks are piling up to the top, but you just managed to hang on by a thread. Just situations like that come up constantly if you are even remotely decent at Tetris, and it is the most satisfying thing in the world to get yourself out of the worst situations imaginable, get 3 KOs, and suddenly feel like the most powerful person on the board. Like, look at this shit. I'm being targeted by 4 different people right now, but thankfully, because the game isn't an absolute dick, they are giving me a ton of power to actually compensate for it. Like, you can see there that I managed to avoid most of the garbage that was coming at me because, fuck. I managed to avoid most of the garbage for a little bit that was coming at me because I had so many people targeting me. I was able to get rid of a lot of the garbage that was coming in really quickly. So, it's not exactly unfair, but at the same time, you can get screwed just by pure chance. That is a thing that can happen. Which is unfortunate, but at the same time, it's not massively unfair about it. You can get yourself out of a lot of problems. There are some other issues with the game. The only mode that you can play right now is Tetris 99, and they have said that there are probably more modes coming, so that will probably change eventually. You know what, screw it, I'm just going to go for the person who's got the most KOs. Let's try something a little different. Everybody can have their own playstyle too. Do you want to go for the people who are really close to being knocked out? Try and build up as many badges as possible so that you've got as much attack power as you can get. You can do that. Do you want to, again, stay out of the way so that you're not being targeted by literally everybody under the sun and see if you can get by? Might not help you out when you get into the later sections of the fight where everyone's got like 3 badges and 50% extra power and you don't, but you can absolutely try that if you absolutely want to. Just all that sort of really neat strategy really comes in and makes this game worth the time. The other problem is the controls. Now, the controls themselves are absolutely fine. I might have preferred a different system in the sense that it would have let me, like, pick a different way to pick people and stuff like that, because I have a certain way I like to play Tetris, and you can't customize the controls because the left and the right analog sticks in this game are actually used to determine who you're attacking. So, like, you can use the left analog stick to choose one of the 4 different kinds of attackers, or you can actually pick someone at random to attack. And by a random, I mean you just move the right stick around, you can actually pick someone using the right stick. Like, look, I'm moving the right stick around right now, but if you couldn't tell, actually moving the right stick around in this game while you're trying to focus on actually surviving, almost impossible. So don't rely on being able to select targets manually, and you can't actually see who you're attacking. Like, you can't go in with a friend and then just attack them the entire time. That's not a thing in this game. So you can't, like, stream snipe anyone or anything like that, which I appreciate. That's okay. Like, I've got nothing wrong with the system. I just have a problem with the fact that I can't really choose, like, to forego the ability to target, like, random individuals on the field in order to actually use, like, the controls the way I want to. The other problem that I have is that both the control methods, which is the, like, I mean, there's more, sure, but both the methods I have for playing this game, which are the Pro Controller and the Joy-Cons, both suck because they each have their own unique little problems. The Joy-Cons are actually really easy to get, like, accidental holds on because the shoulder buttons are so sensitive. And the, brain work with me here, and the Pro Controller here is really annoying in the sense that it will give you random up inputs so that you end up doing accidental hard drops. I am kind of annoyed by that. I'm not entirely sure why it's so sensitive on the up D-pad and none of the other buttons, but that is a thing that you have to deal with. It is not fun. But, yeah, that's just a thing that you have to worry about. If you have any other controllers, I don't know how they would go, but yeah, those are the 2 main controllers for the Switch, and they both suck for playing this game for those reasons alone. So, yeah, maybe the Joy-Cons are a fair bit better in that sense, because, well, accidental holds isn't the worst thing in the world, but then again, it can also come around at a really bad time and just screw you over. Let's go for KOs. I'm gonna need more badges. But yeah. That's my major issue with Tetris 99, just the controls not being absolutely perfect on the two main schemes that you would... On the two main schemes that you would normally use for a Tetris game. That is pretty much my one major issue. The netcode is absolutely fine because since it's not technically like... You could probably play this game not in real time and you would probably be okay. It is in real time, but yeah. The game's network performance doesn't really matter. It doesn't need to keep everybody absolutely in sync. As long as it keeps everybody reasonably in sync, it would probably do absolutely fine. So yeah, it plays fine. There's nothing wrong with the netcode. I haven't had any dropouts or anything like that. It is just, it's decently capable. The one reason I'm actually more attracted to this game than I might let on initially, though, is because it was actually made by the people who made Tetris the Grandmaster. This game was developed by Arika. A-R-I-K-A. And that is honestly the coolest thing in the world, to see them back on Tetris again. I mean, it's Tetris 99 and not Tetris the Grandmaster 4, so it's going to be a disappointment no matter what, but still, they're working on Tetris again, which is not only cool, but maybe that means that the Tetris company might be willing to give them a little bit of extra, the Tetris company might be willing to give them a little bit of extra leeway now, considering, you know, the fact that they worked on Tetris the Grandmaster. Shit! Oh, that's gonna come back and haunt me. That is absolutely gonna come back and haunt me. Oh boy. Must focus, must get pieces in so that I can get the... There we go, thank God. Alright. I haven't noticed anything particularly screwy about things like piece randomness or anything like that. The game seems absolutely fine in that sense. Yep, we've really started speeding up now, and we're about to hit the top 10, but things are going to go pretty badly for me, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. I'm not in a good spot, and I just got a ton of badges, so I am going to be doing... Well, I made it to the top 10. That's honestly pretty good. I'll take that. Like, I haven't actually won a game yet, as I said before. I know people that have, but I haven't personally won one myself. I'm kind of surprised by that fact, actually, because I used to be pretty good at Tetris. Not anymore. Let's just focus on my, let's just focus on people who are attacking me specifically, because they need to die. Yeah, look at how fast the garbage just, comes in. You can hold off garbage by getting line clears, but if you don't clean it out completely, yeah, it's still gonna happen no matter what. What the hell? I'm in 4th? Okay, sure. This is bad. I don't think anyone can argue that this is not a terrible situation to be in. Oh, I need to... Okay. Now put this one down in... Shit! Yeah, there we go. Honestly, I probably didn't stand a chance on that one because the other two guys were completely empty playfields, but 4th is still okay. As far as I can tell, your player level does nothing. It just makes it so that it just gives you a little bit of a way to determine how long you've been playing and who you got your shit kicked in by. Are they particularly new to Tetris 99, or have they been playing for a while? We'll do one more game. I am the man who arranges the blocks into a highly secret base. Maybe I would appreciate the ability to turn off the background so that I could actually see what all the other players are doing. But yeah, that's a minor nitpick, honestly. I can't imagine, like, unless you are super duper hyper intelligently good at this game, like autistic levels, you would probably not be able to keep an eye on what everybody else is doing. So yeah, good luck with that one. Let's go for KOs. I'm going to try and get some badges. Just got to hold off that garbage for a little bit. I don't like it. There we go. Look at all the effects going on around the side of the screen there. This game is just absolute chaos. Like, there is no other way to describe Tetris 99 other than just pure mayhem. And yeah, I don't think there's much I can do about this. I think I'm just gonna get my shit kicked in again. Yeah, there we go. Just one more that's a proper one. How about that? And not getting immediately eliminated. I imagine the nice thing about Tetris 99 is that you can play with people from all over the planet. You wouldn't need to worry too much about latency in this case, so they'd probably just have like one global matchmaking pool. Tetris 99 is absolutely free too, which is a hell of a boon. Well, it's not absolutely free. You need to be on Switch, obviously. And you also need to have Nintendo Switch Online, which I bought for the purpose of playing Tetris 99, because, honest to God, that was how much Tetris 99 actually interested me. Damn it! That was how much Tetris 99 interested me just as a gamer. I ended up just buying Tetris Online for Tetris 99. Wow, I am being... What are they doing to me? Good God, man. There we go. I just need to get that straight out. You're probably going to hear a lawnmower starting, and there's nothing I can do about that. Thankfully, we're almost done here. I can hear it going in the background. He's trying. That was a bad placement. That was a really bad placement. Oh, I'm going to be paying for that one for a while. You know the hangs. Why can't the Tetris company learn from Grandmaster? I think I'm getting lucky in the sense that I'm not actually being attacked by that many people, or at the very least, I'm not being attacked by competent people. If I was being attacked by a competent person alongside the couple of incompetent people that were attacking me right now, I'd be doing really badly. Fucking KOs, I'm on badges. Really bad time to pull out the square one, I gotta say. Really bad time. Oh no, oh no, no. Oh jeez. Oh crap. Yeah, that was just that was a dedicated attack. I was not surviving that no matter what. So yeah, that was a look at Tetris 99. It is absolute chaos, but it is the sort of chaos that I really appreciate. You get enough tools to fight back, but of course, if someone is just outright better than you, you're going to die. That's pretty much how it's going to go. It is a good game. It is a free good game, and I fully recommend going and checking it out if you enjoy Tetris in any sense of the word, but unless you're particularly good at Tetris or you have a controller that's better than the bloody Pro controller, which kept giving me accidental hard drops because, for fuck's sake, you're probably not going to do too well in this one. So, yeah. Either way, it's still fun. This has been Blue Maxima, and I will see you all next time.